Hello and welcome to Heart, Mind, and Mechanics Business Coaching. In this video, I'm going to be discussing what area or industry are you in? Now, this is the question number 2 in the series of 5 questions you need to answer before you start your business. So if you are working for someone else, you're in small business, or you're in corporate America, you know that there's something more you want to get out into the marketplace. You know that you could do a much better job if you were an entrepreneur, if you were working for yourself, or there's other reasons why you want to have your own business. Then there are 5 questions you really need to answer before you start your business. And by start your business, I mean putting everything in place so that you can get a client, get paid, deposit money in the bank. So the IRS believes that you have a business when you can provide a service or a product and get paid for that. That means you have to be able to accept the payment. And we'll go through all of those things as we're going along in this series. But the first thing you need to do is to answer these 5 questions. And you will find the video for the overview of the 5 questions plus question number 1 in this series. So you can go find those if this is the first video that you've come across. Okay, let's get on with question number 2. What area or industry are you in? Now, one of the things that I come across a lot when I talk with women who want to go into business is, well, what I have will help everybody. The problem is that, while that may be absolutely true, you can't message the entire universe about what it is that you offer. So in order for you to get clients, and particularly we're going to be talking about the people that you really want to serve, you need to niche that down. Yeah, that's a term that you may or may not have heard before. You need to basically condense that down into a very specific area that you serve. Now, most coaches, including people like Russell Brunson, will tell you that you're probably going to be in one of 3 areas. It's either going to be relationships, it's going to be health, or it's going to be money. Now, you can look at what you're doing and say, well, you know, it crosses over relationship and money. Well, that may be the case, but you are in predominantly one area. And understanding which of these 3 areas you're in is going to help you with your messaging later on. So first thing to do is to determine what area are you in. Okay? Now, in my coaching, for example, I do have some part of it where we do talk about relationships. And there is a part of it where we do talk about health for entrepreneurs. But primarily, we're in the money area. I'm helping women coming out of corporate America or small businesses to start the business of their dreams. And so we're talking mostly about money. That doesn't mean that we can't touch on the other areas, but that's kind of the focus. So you need to determine which of those 3 areas that you're in. Now, as we go forward and we answer the other 3 questions, you're going to start to massage that into a much smaller area. So let's say, for example, that you are in the area of health, and you are a chiropractor or have been a chiropractor, and so that's kind of the area that you're looking at. Well, we're going to niche that down even farther and maybe deal with the health area, chiropractors who deal with chronic back pain, right? So as we go through all of these 5 questions, you're going to find that they all work together. And by the time we're finished, you're going to have that niche down to a really definite area that you can then message, and people will know if they qualify or they don't qualify in that area. So does that mean that once you've established your niche, nobody else is ever going to buy your product or your service? Of course not. Other people will look at it and say, hey, I kind of fit that category. Let me try that and see how it works. But the people that will come flocking to you are the ones that you are definitely targeting. It would be those chiropractors who are working with chronic back pain. And we're going to talk about who you want to serve, not just what area you want to serve, but who specifically you want to serve in another question. So we're going to massage this area down. So first decide which of the 3 areas you're in, and then take a look at, broadly speaking, what part of that area you enjoy serving. So when we said health, you like being in the chiropractor community. It may be because of your background that you know, if you've been a chiropractor, then you like to serve chiropractors because you understand them. You were one. You had friends who were chiropractors, and so you sort of understand them. In my area, for example, I understand women in coaching and women particularly who like to have a spiritual bent. They like to talk about quantum energy or laws of the universe in with their coaching. Those people I understand. And so that for me is a really great area to focus on. However, there are lots of other people who can benefit from what I'm doing. And will they say, well, no, she believes that, you know, in quantum energy. So, you know, I'm not a physics person, so I'm not going to coach with her. Of course not. There'll be people out there who lean more into the action side than they do the energy side of putting things together. So we'll actually work more on that. It just means that when I do my messaging, I'm going to be out there looking for women who want to do both, who want to combine that energy and that action area. Okay, so your homework for today, this is a very short video because, excuse me, we're only doing part 1 of defining your niche. Figure out which of the 3 areas you're in, and then what part of that area you enjoy. So if you are in the relationship area and you specialize in women who are divorced, who are over 50 looking for another partner, then great. You're niching that down. Get that down to as definite small an area as you can find. We're going to do some testing with that later to see whether or not you've got any competition and whether or not there's even a market out there for the area that you want to be in. But right now, you want to figure out what that area could be. So just think about it, get it down to as small an area as you want. Just scribble it down, maybe 2 or 3 different areas. And then when we come to part 2 and we're talking about who it is that specifically you want to serve, we put those things together, and then there's some homework in looking to see whether or not there's a market. Okay, so you guys have an absolutely awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in the next question. If you are looking for a coach to help you walk through this process, because not everybody can do all of this alone, then please just go to www.wendybyford.com/explore. Not every coach is good for every person. Not every person is the ideal client for every coach. And we want to have a discussion to see whether or not I can truly help you and we are a fit to work together. So if you would like to have that conversation, please go to www.wendybyford.com/explore, sign up for a call, and let's talk. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.